The first light of dawn crept over the rolling hills of Willow Creek, casting a golden glow across my 40 acres of hard-earned freedom. I was roused from sleep by a sharp knock at the door, the kind that carried an air of entitlement. Rubbing sleep from my eyes, I opened the door to find a young woman, barely 21, standing on my porch like she owned the county. She wore designer boots, a cashmere scarf, and clutched a silver clipboard that glinted in the morning sun. Behind her, 2 older women lingered, their forced smiles barely concealing their eagerness. "Sign this," she snapped, shoving the clipboard into my chest. I blinked, confused. "Sign what?" She tossed her hair with a dramatic flourish. "I'm Vanessa Sterling, president of the Crestwood Homeowners Association. We're expanding our neighborhood, and your ranch is in our way. Sign it over. Now." I laughed, thinking it was a prank. "Not a chance." Her face twisted, as if she'd bitten into something sour. "I'm not asking, I'm telling you. I have a yoga class in 2 hours, so let's wrap this up." I started to close the door, but she wedged her boot in the gap. "Sign, or I'm calling the cops," she hissed, her eyes gleaming with malice. "Go for it," I shot back, crossing my arms. With a manicured nail, she dialed 911, her smirk daring me to flinch. "This is about to get messy," I muttered as her voice turned syrupy sweet. "Officer, there's a violent man threatening me. I'm terrified." Crocodile tears welled in her eyes as her entourage cooed, painting her as a victim in distress. Sirens wailed in the distance, and my pulse quickened. Vanessa thought she'd won, but she just ignited a war she couldn't hope to finish. "My name is Ethan Caldwell, 38, and this ranch was my life's work. Every penny from years of carpentry, landscaping, and backbreaking odd jobs had gone into this land. A modest house, a few horses, a chicken coop, and a garden that bloomed with pride. Half a mile away, the Crestwood subdivision had sprouted like a gaudy weed, its mansions and sports cars a stark contrast to my quiet existence. Rumors of a new HOA had reached me, but I paid them no mind. My land was zoned agricultural, beyond their reach. Or so I thought. Weeks earlier, a sleek black SUV had rolled up my driveway. Out stepped Vanessa, draped in a sequin jacket, strutting across my property like she was pricing it for auction. "Hey," I called, stepping off the porch. "Can I help you?" She gave me a look like I was mud on her heels. "Mow your fields. They're tanking our property values." I blinked. "This is a ranch. It's supposed to look like this." She scoffed. "Whatever. You're getting a fine." "From who?" "You," I asked, noticing the badge pinned to her jacket. "HOA president," she declared. I laughed. "You can't find me. I'm not in your HOA." Her jaw dropped. "You will be. We voted to annex your land." Stunned, I squared my shoulders. "Not happening. Stay off my property." She stomped her heel, kicking up dust. "You'll regret this," she spat, snapping photos of my house, my chickens, even my work boots before speeding off. The harassment escalated. Glittery letters arrived, demanding I pave my fields, repaint my barn, and ditch my livestock or face legal action. Emails piled up, fake fines mounted, and Vanessa loitered at my property line, filming with her phone like a tyrant in training. One morning I found a "for sale" sign staked in my pasture, saw prime development land. "Contact Vanessa?" Saw fury surged as I tore it down. This wasn't a prank, it was an invasion. I called my friend Marcus, a lawyer, who chuckled. "They have no jurisdiction. Your land's untouchable." Relieved, I returned to my chores, but Vanessa's next move changed everything. As police cruisers screeched up my driveway that morning, I stood on the porch, deed in hand. Vanessa ran to the officers, sobbing theatrically. "He threatened me. He's dangerous." Officer Daniel Pierce, a stern man with mirrored sunglasses, eyed me. "Step down, hands visible." I complied, explaining. "She's trying to steal my land." Vanessa wailed. "He's lying. I'm protecting our community. Officer Sarah Monroe asked for proof. I handed over my deed, but before Pierce could review it, a shout erupted. Vanessa had climbed onto my tractor, fumbling with the controls. Get down! Pierce yelled, but she hit the ignition. The tractor lurched, barreling toward my chicken coop. My heart pounded as I sprinted after it, wood splintering and feathers flying as the machine smashed through the coop. My horses whinnied in panic, rearing in the pasture ahead. Stop! I roared, DVYing in front of the tractor to herd the horses clear. Monroe leaped onto the machine, wrestling the controls until it shuddered to a halt. Vanessa tumbled forward, yelping. I checked my horses, shaken but unharmed. Monroe cuffed Vanessa, who shrieked. You can't arrest me! My dad owns this town! Pierce snapped. You're under arrest for trespassing, property damage, and reckless endangerment. As they hauled her to the cruiser, one of her cronies stormed up. You'll drown in lawsuits! She spat. Bring it! I growled. That night, a black sedan rolled up. A man in a tailored suit tossed an envelope onto my porch. You've been served, he sneered. Inside, Vanessa's lawsuit demanded my ranch for emotional distress and community harm. My stomach churned. She could outspend me, dragging this out until I broke. But I wasn't GIVYing up. I called every lawyer I knew, most balking at Vanessa's deep pockets. Defeated, I sat on my truck's tailgate, staring at my fields. Then a dusty pickup pulled up. An older man in denim stepped out. I'm Walter Grayson, retired county judge, he said, shaking my hand. Heard you're in a fight. I stared. How'd you know? He grinned. HOA drama travels fast. My daughter lives in Crestwood. Vanessa's terrorizing everyone. He handed me a folder stuffed with dense fake fines, threatening letters, illegal votes. She's banking on you folding, he said. Let's hit back harder. Hope surged. We drafted a countersuit exposing Vanessa's lies, and Walter's lawyer friend took my case pro bono. 4 days, silence reigned. Neighbors, once strangers, stopped by with pies and offers to fix my coop. But Vanessa wasn't done. One night, a convoy of SUVs and a news van roared up. Vanessa led the charge, a reporter at her side. How does it feel to ruin our community? The reporter shouted, shoving a mic in my face. Cameras flashed as Vanessa posed, accusing me of hoarding land. The crowd chanted, Sell the ranch! I yelled, You're trespassing! But they ignored me, while viewing a fake public interest permit. Furious, I locked myself inside, filming through the window as Walter at VY said. They raged for hours before Leah VYing. The next morning, my gate was vandalized with red graffiti, Saw greedy loser. Saw a sign read Saw HOA property. Saw I called the sheriff, who filed another report. She's desperate, Walter said. We're close to a restraining order. Then came the bulldozer. At dusk, Vanessa marched up with a construction crew, claiming my land was annexed. The bulldozer growled toward my fence as she waved fake permits. This is illegal! I shouted, filming. The driver hesitated, but Vanessa screamed, Tear it down! As the blade neared, sheriff's trucks roared in, lights blazing. Sheriff Tom Vance stormed over. What's this? Vanessa fake cried. He's a threat! I showed Vance the VY Dale. His face hardened. Everyone off this land. Now! Vanessa raged. I know Judge Monroe. Vance towered over her. I don't care who you know. You're trespassing. I pressed charges, and deputies hauled her away. Days later, an unmarked envelope appeared on my porch. Saw leave or else. Saw my barn was defaced. Saw get out. Saw I reported each incident, nerves fraying. Walter and neighbors helped repaint, whispering that Vanessa's father, a real estate mogul, was under federal scrutiny for fraud. She's crumbling, Walter said. One night 3 SUVs sped up, disgorging hooded men with crowbars and a gas can. They eyed my barn, one flicking a lighter. I grabbed my shotgun and roared. Stop! They froze. I fired a warning shot skyward, and they scattered as sirens wailed. Deputies tackled them, finding a phone with a text from Vanessa. Saw make it an accident. No witnesses. Saw my blood ran cold. She tried to burn my ranch and maybe worse. Vanessa was arrested for conspiracy to commit arson, felony charges piling up. Her father's influence couldn't save her, his own legal troubles deepening the scandal. The town buzzed. Neighbors brought casseroles and praise. You gave us courage, said Clara, a Crestwood mom. In court, Vanessa's tears and excuses crumbled against the EVY Denke VY Deos texts, witness statements. The judge sentenced her to prison and ordered her family to pay Dula $800,000 for damages, enough to rebuild stronger. Standing on my porch at sunset, horses grazing, new fences gleaming, I felt peace. Kids biked by, wah-vee-wahing, their parents sharing the tale of the rancher who stood firm. Vanessa thought wealth bought everything, but I proved her wrong. Respect isn't purchased at it's earned. As the stars emerged, I leaned back, savoring the freedom I'd fought to keep, knowing the fight had exposed the truth some would rather ignore. Power, unchecked, corrupts absolutely.